So Jia Teng, this week we are looking at semiconductor companies, tech stocks, semiconductor related companies. They have been rallying so much. Previously, they are cyclical stocks. They're basically cyclical stocks. But this year we have seen them rallying 22% to 250%. Why did they outperform so much?
Yep. If you look at companies like Vitrox, Elsoft, their share prices have gone up, have doubled, almost more than doubled. And I think MMSV also has risen, I think 250%. So I think there are a couple of reasons for this stocks rally actually. First and foremost, if you look at US technology stocks in the Wall Street, they have massively outperformed the market. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. They even have the acronym for this. They call it the FANG stocks. And foreign semiconductor firms also in Taiwan, Korea, Japan, Europe, Nasdaq. They're all doing fairly well. So the global sentiment is good. And at the local front, the companies here, they are very bullish about their prospect. And research analysts from UOB Kay Hian Bitcoin, she also expects this company to achieve record high sales in 2017 and 2018.
But having said that, a lot of people think that the stock have been run up quite a fair bit compared to their earnings. Gartner's released quite a bit of positive numbers in semiconductor. How do we benefit from this number? Where do we stand in this value chain?
I think definitely these numbers will benefit our Malaysian semiconductor players here. Look at the whole value chain of the semiconductor industry, right? We are actually in the mid to lower part of the value chain. So companies like Globetronics, Inari, Unisem, and MPI, they are considered OSAT companies. So they do assembly and testing. And companies like Vitrox, Elsoft, they provide the testing equipment and solution to these OSAT companies. So now, Gartner has predicted that the capital spending for semiconductor industry will increase 10% this year to $77.7 billion US dollar. So I think this money, part of this money will eventually flow down to our Malaysian semiconductor players here.
Now, semiconductor players, they provide chips and all these kind of little things to mobile phones, laptops. But we know that laptop days are over. Then mobile phones segments are pretty saturated. Right now, they're turning to automobile segment. But how does this segment contribute to the semiconductor industry?
Talk to all these captain of the industry in semiconductor sector. I think what they are seeing now is automotive will be the next big area for them. In fact, if you look at companies like Unisem and JF Tech, they already have considerably strong exposure to the automotive segment. So basically, going forward in the future, cars will be like the biggest mobile device in the world. So we need more and more electronic devices and semiconductor components in the car.
But are we going to expect every car, all new cars will be equipped with all these kind of 360-degree camera equipment?
Right now, I think they're saying BMW and Mercedes-Benz, they have already had that. Even
Toyota Vios is having that as well.
Yeah. But when I spoke to Vitrox, he actually expects even in the future, even Proton cars will have that.
So you were in Penang a couple of weeks ago. They call it Silicon Valley in Malaysia. So you met with Elsoft and also Vitrox. What kind of vibe did they give you?
When I spoke to Elsoft, the CEO, Mr. Tan, actually came up with a very interesting statement. He basically he thinks that the valuation of the ATE manufacturers, that means his company and his peers, the valuation is already very high. Okay, so in other words, it's running ahead of the fundamentals already.
Correct.
But again, he pointed out that he might be wrong because not too long ago, a prominent investor actually bought into Elsoft shares at the price that he thinks that is already very high. But eventually, the share price continued to go up. So his point is that he might be wrong again this time, despite the fact that at this point in time, he thinks that the valuation is high. We chat about the share price performance and the stock valuation. If you look at upside at the moment, not much actually, because share prices of Vitrox, Elsoft, they're already aimless. They have already overshot their consensus target price. So investors are very bullish now. Companies also very bullish. So the problem is that investors are waiting for the next re-rating catalyst and also the research analysts come up with the new target price.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.